Hi guys, Artiar here. So for this video, we're gonna go through ZAI have a small nerf. He no longer get golden buff. Alright, like my previous video, the buff video, I did mention that they are considering or they are working on removing the golden buff on him, so he no longer able to get golden buff such as Spirit Ikki, such as Accentuated or Vigo Guard, Sakura to provide to him. But the previous video I did mention as well, after his buff of his Rezo 6 and Rezo 4, he doesn't need the golden buff anymore. He can actually work without the golden buff. So but this is the point that since they buff his Rezo 4 and Rezo 6, which means now he's a highly invested Esper, because you must to get him R6 if you really want him to work in PvP. And in fact, he actually doesn't need a golden buff for most cases other than Sakura buff. He doesn't need a golden buff because with the R6 buff, he already have all he needs, which is the attack buff, right? So let me show you. If I put Chuyao here now, I will no longer gain the golden buff in the battle now. Right, so I'll get the immunity here, so I won't get the golden buff from Chuyao anymore. But you gotta know for one thing, since I don't get the golden buff, Spirit Ikki is blocking the damage that can crit, but his biggest win enemy isn't from crit enemy for most cases other than Moriyama. His biggest enemy is actually from Momo, and Momo is true damage. She doesn't crit at all, so it will bypass Spirit Ikki anyway. Then let's talk about Accentuated. Accentuated buff is a very, I would be sad, to be honest. I'm actually sad I cannot get the Accentuated buff from Lucian, because it will further make him broken if he have the Accentuated buff, because he have 200% buff from his kit already, and then with Lucian here, Accentuated providing more attack and more damage deal is actually very juicy. Sadly, I can get that, but it's a good thing that I don't get the safeguard from Lucian, because if I have safeguard here, the safeguard and Vigo Guard from Sakura will block control effect and debuff. Means that he's not gonna get any debuff, and if he can't get debuff, then he cannot get boosted. So if my team here have ZAI and you have Chuyao, enemy have a Chuyao, enemy casts Chuyao S3, and then he'll instantly get 60% boost, because there's 3 debuff from Chuyao, and he'll instantly get 3 stack here, so 60% attack boost at the start of the combat, because usually enemy Chuyao will take the action first. And if the enemy Chuyao is built with Tyrant set, which is stun set, he will further increase up to 80% attack at the start of the combat without anything happen. So I would say it's actually a plus minus. It's kind of like a nerf, it's also kind of like a buff at the same time, because it's a balance. It's either you get the golden buff but you don't get this Rezo 4 and Rezo 6 buff, which is massive, or either you are the version we currently have now, which is massive boost in his R4 and R6, but he cannot get golden buff. Both have their own advantage and disadvantage, but I think at least at test server, from what I'm testing currently at test server, his win rate is actually very high. I did use him to fight R6 wuyou. I've used him to fight wuyou team, Ikki team. I did use him to fight Momo as well. But for Momo, if you want to fight Momo, you're gonna need a lot of investment into him to make him tanky, which means HP bonus. Right, so what kind of Esper can actually benefit him? The first thing is going to be Lian. That's the reason why they actually put him and Lian at the first week of the banner. Him at the rate up, Lian also at the rate up. Fushi here is nothing. Alright, so there's a reason why we have Lian here, because Lian doesn't rely him to get anything. Lian will instantly pop up the bubble, all the enemy will get missed rate up, and your ally get hit, you instantly get healed, so, and also revive. This revive is also very important for him. So these two is the best pair. And then the other one is gonna be Zihe. Zihe is his best ally as well. These two Esper is his best ally. Zihe here will help share damage from Momo, so so he won't get slash and die from Momo damage, and Zihe damage taken increase and enemy damage deal reduction is also very powerful for ZAI because he don't get golden buff, but all this passive buff is actually very strong for him. And let's say as per like Yamato, if you have him at R2, you have the power to boost his passive damage. This one here. Okay, my Yamato here doesn't have the Rezo 2, right? But Yamato Rezo 2 here will give you extra stats boost. This extra stats boost can also further increase his stats as well if he get hit. Okay, so he needs a lot of passive stuff, but most importantly is these two ESPER. So if you have R6 Lien, if you have ZAI, which most of the long-term player that actually play the game will already have R6 Lien invested, or they are going to get R6 Lien invested, then you can only play ZAI. He need a very highly invested team, highly invested. Alright, so let me show you some point war battle history. So currently from my testing here, I have a very high win rate in PTR server. Alright, this is a test server. Everything here is a test server. The final version we're gonna see in a global. Like global, everyone have better equipment, better reso, better dividend, better equipment stats, all those stuff, right? So it might have a different outcome, but at least at test server now, he looks good, right? So you can see I fought. Okay, this is not the proper team. I lost to this team because of some RNG. Sometimes Momo can kill me. Like I win this, I win Ikki team, I win Anna Ikki team, I win wuyou team with Momo, I win wuyou team, then yeah, I'll show you some showcase later, which I actually fought with R6 wuyou, all those stuff. So for those players who are scared of him actually getting killed by wuyou, you can see here he's actually able to kill wuyou, all because you have ZAI. Then for Momo situation, I'm not sure, but we have to wait until the global server up, because in PTR server there's not a lot of Momo for me to actually test. But let me show you which is what is the team concept on this team. Like, even I can't get Accentuated buff from Lushang, I can't get Sakura Vigo Guard, but they are here to protect your Lien and ZAI. His most important ESPER is gonna be Lien and ZAI. These two are the main thing about your team. Okay, so let me show you some showcase. Okay, so for this part here, we're gonna see ZAI is this is the team I'm currently using, right? An enemy we are fighting is a R4 wuyou with R6 Lien, R6 Sakura, ZAI, and Yunchuan R2. So keep note, this is an PTR server, so everything here might not be the finalized version. But this one, when I'm recording this video, is the nerfed version already, which is you can't get the golden realm buff. So let's take a look here. Okay. Okay, so you can see he's not getting any buff, but my ally is still buffing up, so he can get his stack a lot more faster. Like Sakura buff up, so he can get his stack faster, so he have his R6 value boosted up a lot more faster. Lien and ZAI here for survival healing, like provide healing, provide share damage, and Lushang here is for protection and benefit for Sakura, Lien, and ZAI. Lushang is not here for ZAI. He's here to protect them, then 3 of them will protect him. Then ZAI here is to protect wuyou, and then he will slowly counter attack them, and then when he go into his Untamed Foray mode, he can keep spamming his S3, and he will slowly stack up the Doom grabs to the enemy, so he can do a lot of true damage later. Right, another bomb of S3. So you can't kill wuyou now until you manage to keep nuking until Sakura die. Alright, a lot of healing S3. Okay, Sakura died. Then you're gonna slowly nuke all his teammates, and you get so fast, your speed. You look at the AP bar here, he's going very fast because of all the 200% speed benefit. Then he'll slowly chip wuyou's HP off. So this wuyou is on nether set, so he can slowly heal back his HP. Right, shield up again. S3, it will slowly chip it off. Alright, let me make it fast forward here. The healing amount is not enough for compared to ZAI's damage. Slowly chip him off. S3, damage again. And this damage here is without Lushang's accentuated buff. Alright, let's take a look at the next showcase. Alright, let's take a look here. So same thing. Why Ikki is not gonna affect on ZAI is because he don't get debuff, so you cannot put disease on him. Then he will keep spamming his S3 later. Right, Ikki is gonna AP push down them. Right, you damage ZAI, he go into his anti-foray mode, then he can spam S3 a lot often. Then he'll keep speeding up with his speed. And keep note, this ZAI that I'm using now is no speed. There's no speed on him. Right, Ikki deal no damage. Alright, counter attack. S3 damage, nuke them. Ikki went into his invincibility mode, and basically the battle ends here already. It's just a matter of time. S3, nuke again. Breakdance. S3 bites the hurt. Another S3 nuke. Then left Ikki. Then it's just a matter of time to win. Alright, so let me go find Momo team. Alright, then the next one we can take a look here is also the same team, but we are fighting Momo here. But this is at test server. This Momo is only R0, R3 Sakura and R0 Lien, so it might not be a very good example here, but we can still take a look. So every time they hit us, Sakura here is to benefit him to instantly get buff. Every time I counter attack, Momo will slash him back. So Zihe here's job is to absorb the damage from Momo, so you have a higher chance to survive. But this might not be a very good comparison because most likely in global server, a lot of you have already like R2, R4 Momo and high divinate, so then maybe your Momo can actually one-shot him. Hard to say, right? But this is one example we can take a look. So your main point is to try to keep him as tanky as possible while having high attack, right? Because he can compensate himself by his R6 attack value, but then you need his HP bonus so he can survive. He doesn't need defense bonus because because Momo is true damage, so defense bonus is useless to Momo. Right, let me speed up here. So you keep spamming your S3 damage. Momo slash back, you just have enough high HP to survive redo. Right, I'll leave it around here. So yeah, so that's all for this video. So in my own conclusion, I would say that after the nerf, he's still gonna be a good Esper. He's not gonna be useless. He have his own position, but he's not going to be like meta broken Esper. He have his own advantage, at least for now at test server. I'm gonna test him. I'm definitely going to get him R6. I would use divinate on him as well, so I can test out more in global server. Then I will make more video about him and see if I can use him in global server or not. But based on his model, I will definitely get him R6. He worth the R6 just because of this. And yeah. Okay, what do you guys think about it? You can feel free to comment down and share your thoughts as well. And see you guys in the next one. Bye bye. And special thanks for the direct support on the YouTube membership. So for the benefactor of Artiar, which is JNMP, Yaki Shiba Tails, Epic Bullet Boy, thank you so much for your support. And for the supporter and patron of Artiar, which is Louis Schneider, Agni, Code Wilderness, Wang Tamer, Ziggy, Kamaruki, Soundwatts, Rimu, Chorny, Antonio Winterspoon, Ilm Cragran, Riku X, Riku Fred X Iris, Calamity, Rocco Stenzions, thank you so much for your support. Special thanks for the direct support on the live stream super chat for the latest 10. Thank you so much for Code Wilderness, Calamity, Agni, Love Fatima, Fatima Little Underwear, Bloods, Riku Fred, Chorny. Thank you so much for your support.